As the ceremony is about to start, please turn off your mobile phones. Please stand to welcome the official party, staff, and graduates to the theatre. Thank you.
tukuna ke karakia ki nei a tata. Nore mai e te kawa. Ko te kawa nui, ko te kawa roa, ko te kawa whakatiki i ahu mai no tiki o te rangi. I tipu e ko te pū, ko te wau, ko te rito, ko te taki. Ko te puhena, ko te wānana, ko te taura, ko te tauira. Tēnei te awhiniku te awhirani no te pūhororo i hoa matua kore. I puake ai te takitaki i ue niku i au rani. Ka hoho e te rono ki runa ki te tipua. Ki roto i tēnei whare ki nei nā tauira ki nā rono ki nā whānau kua tau te rani. Ki a putai tātou ki te whai ao ki te ao marama. Tūtū o whiti whakamaua ki a tīnā. Hui e. Now we'll have Alison Bill to lead us into whakaaria mai.
Ki ngā maunga whakahi, ki ngā awa whakatere taniwha, ki ngā ngaru pāpaki o mihi e pari mai nei tēnā tātou katoa. I te tuatahi me mihi ka tika ki tō tātou matua nui i te rangi, nāna nei ngā mea katoa, no reira e pā tēnā koe. Ki ngā mate huhua o te wā, kua hinga atu, kua hinga mai, rātau mā, kua wehe ki tua o te arai, haere, haere, haere atu rā. Kia koutou, te kanohi ora, tātou te hunga ora kua tai mai nei ki te whakanui, te kaupapa o te rā tohu, nau mai, hara mai, whakatau mai. Kia koutou, ngā mana whenua, nā koutou tēnei whenua, e manaki nei a tātou i tēnei rā, tēnā koutou. Kia koe te rangatira e matu ki te reo karanga hoki me te rōpū hakapōheri i whakatau mai a tātou, tēnā koutou. Kia koutou ngā akonga, ngā whānau, ngā hoa, ko tai mai nei ki te tautoko, tēnei kaupapa whakahirahira rawa atu, tēnei te mihi atu kia koutou. Distinguished guests, graduates, whānau and friends, it is my privilege as one of the Executive Directors for Region 2 to welcome you all to the graduation ceremony for the Schools of Health Science, Nursing, Sports Science, and Schools of Business and Computing. This is the second graduation ceremony being held here today in Hawke's Bay. It follows ceremonies held in Auckland in May, as well as Tairāwhiti a couple of weeks ago. In total, more than 606 graduates are being recognised across our 3 campuses, an achievement definitely worth celebrating. We thank you for your patience in getting to this day, as we were forced to postpone these celebrations due to Cyclone Gabriel. We are so thrilled that we are finally able to come together with those who have supported your learning journey to celebrate and acknowledge your achievements and success. Before sharing some words for our graduates, I would firstly like to acknowledge our EIT kaumātua, Matu Iru, as well as our kaikaranga and Rōpū Hakapōhiri, for welcoming and opening this space for us today to connect to this land, to each other, and to the kaupapa of the day. Also, I'd like to acknowledge Councillor Keith Price, who is here standing in for Kirsten Wise, the Mayor of Napier, and finally Man Ying Wang, Executive Director of Shenzhen Yuezhou University in China, who is also accompanied by 5 academic staff members currently visiting EIT. I would also like to acknowledge all the whānau and friends who have walked alongside our graduates in this learning journey. You have been there through all the highs and lows, the laughs and tears, the times of pure joy when our akonga have said, "I've got this," and the moments of doubt when they've questioned whether they were even going to make it to the end. You have provided cooked dinners, moving services from one flat to the next, valued advice, money for petrol or some other unpaid bill, timely hugs, light-hearted relief, a gentle or not so gentle push to keep your loved one focused on the end goal. And most importantly, unwavering aroha and belief in their potential for success. Ngā mihi kia koutou katoa. Finally, I'd like to take the opportunity to acknowledge our EIT Te Pukenga Kaimahi staff for the integral role they've played in getting our graduates to this point. Our teaching and support staff are passionate about their work and committed to our learners' success. It has been a challenging 6 months following Cyclone Gabriel, where your resilience and tenacity has been well and truly tested. Kieran and I thank you for your continued commitment to our akonga and the communities we serve, and so it is wonderful to see so many of you here today to share in the celebrations. Graduation really is one of the highlights of our year and the most joyous, uplifting occasion to be part of, which we definitely need more of. And so to you, our graduates, today is your day. On behalf of Te Ahua Māui EIT Te Pukenga, I would like to welcome and congratulate you all. Our purpose as an organisation is to provide excellent and quality educational opportunities that support learners, employers and communities to gain skills and knowledge and capabilities that Aotearoa New Zealand needs now and into the future. This puts learners and their whānau at the centre of everything we do. We strive to be a place where everyone is welcomed and supported to be who they are, achieve their goals and succeed. In this regard, we hope your time with EIT has been a positive one. You've learnt skills and knowledge relevant to your field, yet more importantly, you've learnt how to translate that knowledge into the workplace. We are confident that you have the necessary skills and tools to successfully navigate an increasingly complex and uncertain world. Today is a milestone achievement in your lives, no doubt one of many to come. Your dreams are becoming your reality, and we are so proud of each and every one of you. This is your day where you can celebrate the results of your hard work, and a day when we, as the EIT Te Pukenga community, can celebrate your success. We know that completing your studies has taken significant commitment, passion and energy, and support from whānau friends and loved ones. You have studied and worked hard, often gone without, and for some of you, been separated from your family and friends. So when you have your moment up here on the stage, look out into the audience. You will feel the reflected pride of your whānau and loved ones, and see the proud faces of your tutors and lecturers who have worked with you during your studies. When I was pulling together this speech, I reflected on how I felt more than 20 years ago at my own graduation. I mostly remember feeling relieved that I'd finally finished, which, to be honest, at times I never thought was going to come. I was excited about starting my new job and finally getting some decent money, or what I considered decent back then, having been on a student loan and student allowance. But I also was extremely humbled as for the first time I truly appreciated what my achievement meant to my family. As the first in my immediate whānau, and only a handful at that stage in my wider whānau, to achieve success in tertiary education. The joy on my parents, aunties and uncles, siblings, cousins' faces is something I'll never forget, and is something that's even more special now that some of them have passed. But what I didn't feel as I sat next to my peers, waiting for my turn to come up on stage, was that I had it all sorted, or that I even had a grand plan for my career, or life in general for that matter. I certainly didn't expect to have the pleasure of standing here 25 years later, addressing a graduating class of 2023. Looking back now, I think what helped me along my journey was some words of wisdom that I picked up from respected sources over the years, or as I said in the first ceremony of the day, might have actually come via Instagram, I'm not 100% sure. But either way, I thought it might be useful to share some of that with you. Number one, stay true to your values. Remember that you have to live with yourself for the rest of your life, so be someone that you like. Number two, don't beat yourself up if a change in direction is needed. Life isn't a series of straight lines. Growth comes in many forms, which are often not linear at all. And number three, life isn't meant to be lived like a race to the end. Sleep in, take the trip, eat the cake, smell the roses, work hard, play hard, all those things that we hear around the place. But it is so true. Enjoy the ride along the way. The future for you looks exciting. I encourage you to embrace change and the opportunities it presents. Continue to engage, try new things, and look for ways to help others on their journey, as others have helped you on yours. I hope you'll remember this day and use it as inspiration for the challenges and opportunities ahead. I know that there will be great things achieved by those of you in this room, and we will continue to watch with interest. I'd like to end my kōrero with a whakatauki that has been a helpful reference for me throughout my career. He rangi tā matawhaiti, he rangi tā matawhānui. A person with a narrow vision has a restricted horizon. A person with a wide vision has plentiful opportunities. So keep your head up and eyes looking forward to what's ahead for you. Kia kaha, kia maia, kia manua nui. Tēnā tātou katoa. Myself, the Executive Director of Rohe 2, Te Pūkenga, and Paula Amundsen, Deputy Chief Executive to the Outcomes from Te Pūkenga, will now present the recipients of diplomas and degrees. Mr. Amundsen. The Dean of Te Manga Kaupapa Tau Hoko Hoko Hangarau, the Faculty of Commerce and Technology, Mr. John West, will now present to you recipients of the diplomas in the faculty. Kia ora tātou.
Mr. Amundsen, I have the honour to present the recipients of diplomas, degrees, graduate and postgraduate qualifications in Te Kura Kaupapa Kaipakahi, the the School of Business. Receiving the New Zealand Diploma in Business, Level 5 Accounting, Brooklyn Marshall. For the Bachelor of Business Studies Management, Julie Ashika Prasad. For the Bachelor of Business Studies Management and Marketing, Sharia Bawaj. Casey Sandra Ralph. Kimberly Elizabeth Thomas. Kimberly is also the recipient of the Tractor Award for Academic Excellence in the Bachelor of Business Studies Marketing major, and the recipient of the Nicky Hibbett Memorial Cup and BDO Award for Best All-Round Bachelor of Business Studies student. Congratulations, Kimberly. Ella Maria Tiemann. Receiving the Bachelor of Business Studies Marketing, Maya Rose Chan. Marusa Henricks. Receiving the Graduate Diploma in Professional Accounting, Tran Tui Thi Huang. I now have the honour to present the recipients of the degrees, graduate and postgraduate qualifications in Te Kura Pukenga Rorohiko, the School of Computing. The Bachelor of Computing Systems, Bryce James Curran. Corey Oliver. Corey is also the recipient of the Alistair McLeay Memorial Cup and BDO Hawke's Bay Award for Best All-Round Bachelor of Computing Systems student. Congratulations, Corey. Mr. Amundsen, that concludes the presentation of recipients of diplomas and degrees for the faculty. Executive Dean Professor Natalie Warren will now present the diplomas and degrees for the faculty of Te Manga Kaupapa Mataranga Ahiria Hawara, Faculty of Education, Humanities and Health Science.
Mr. Amundsen, I have the honour to present the diplomas in Te Kura Hawara Hakinakina, the School of Health and Sports Science. New Zealand Diploma in Beauty Therapy Level 5, Elise Marie Beale. Imogen Sage Duncan. I'll now continue. Martha Gilic. Kimberly Jean Robertson. Jane Leslie Swinburne. I now present the New Zealand Diploma in Health and Wellbeing, Applied Practice Level 5, Charlotte Rose Brown. Te Vivi Tama. New Zealand Diploma in Sport, Recreation and Exercise, Multi-Sector Level 5, Lachlan John Goda. The New Zealand Diploma in Wellness and Relaxation Massage Level 5, Lily Ann Jennings. Gay Marie Libatog. The New Zealand Diploma in Addiction Studies Applied Level 6, Amber Jean Darcy. Susara Magdalena Dubuisson. Florence Mary Pollard. I have the honour to present the recipients of the degrees in Te Kurahauora Hakinakina, the School of Health and Sports Science. Bachelor of Sport and Exercise Science, Ursangi Fomai. Melanie Maureen Danielle Goodchild. Melanie is also the recipient of the Sport Hawke's Bay Award for Outstanding Achievement in the Bachelor of Sport and Exercise Science. Well done, Melanie. Okay, so don't be shy. Remember, you've got to make a lot of noise. Celebrate with your people. So continuing on, Molly Grace Lee. Josiah Luke Parsons. I now have the honour to present the recipients of the degrees and postgraduate qualifications in Te Kura Kaupapa Tāpuhi, the School of Nursing. So, Bachelor of Nursing, Angel Augustine. Baltazar Ka Alan Bubblecon. Charlotte Margaret Caitlin Baker. Samara Barber. Varun Budan. Viraj Budan. Jessica Delisi Brown. Sophie Marie Shote. Luana Memory Epuraima Paituha. Zoe Elsie Freckling. Hannah Page Galbraith. Sophie Rhiann James. Caitlin Ann Jameson. Akila John. Mr. Amundsen. It's now my pleasure to introduce our musical interlude performed by Talitha Blake and Tokotahi Raki. Talitha is a graduate of the New Zealand Diploma in Music at EIT Te Pukenga in 2018 and the Bachelor of Creative Practice in 2020. Please welcome, with a big welcome to the stage, Talitha and Tokotahi.
Tēnā tātou e te whare. The swaiata that we'll be performing today is an acoustic version of Hero by the Foo Fighters. And this waiata is about ordinary people who do extraordinary things. Too alarming now to talk about. Take a picture down and shake it out. Truth and consequence, say it aloud. Use that evidence, embrace it around. There goes my hero, watch him as he goes. There goes my hero, he's ordinary. Do the rest of them bleed it out? Do the rest of them peter out? Truth and consequence, say it aloud. Use that evidence, embrace it around. There goes my hero, watch him as he goes. There goes my hero, he's ordinary. Kudos my hero, leaving out the best. There goes my hero, the one that's on. There goes my hero, watch him as he goes. There goes my hero, he's ordinary. There goes my hero, watch him as he goes. There goes my hero, he's ordinary. Kia ora, thank you very much.
Thank you very much indeed, Talitha and Tokotahi. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful music. Mr. Amundsen, we will now continue with the presentations for the Bachelor of Nursing. You might be here for some time. We have a very good medical system in this area with many of our nurses. Very proud of them. doing our bit. Jitomo Johnny. Carmen Taylor Jones. Ritika Diva Kumar. Harmony Claire Failolo Lone. Holly Claire Mapp. Nandi. Liam Michael Parker O'Brien. Holly Alexandra Parks. Rebecca Louise Robinson. Millie Irene Robson. Rianne Ellie Rogers. Prexy Betanol Sikuya. Prexy is also the recipient of the Chief Nursing Officer Te Whataora Te Matua Maui Excellence Award, so congratulations to Prexy. Jaffe Joseph Tarufi Pipililil. Keris Lynn Williams. And Abigail Sarah Wrigley. So we'll continue now with the postgraduate certificate in health science. Emma Rose Arya Devani. Grace Lauren Hayes. Hazel Buhayan Taklob. I now present the postgraduate diploma in health science, Nada Ann Hayes. Greece Louis Tade. Srijashini Thilo Lingapapa. I now present the postgraduate diploma in health science, registered nurse prescribing practicum. And the recipient here is Sophia Odette Loveridge. I now have the honour to present the recipients of master's qualifications in Te Kura Hawara Hakinakina, the School of Health and Sports Science. The Master of Health Science, Antonio B. Espino. Antonio's research abstract is titled Ocular Screening for the Detection of COVID-19, a System Mapping Review. So please give a big hand for Antonio P. Espino, Master of Health Science. Robin Fiona Fisher. Robin's research abstract is titled Examining the Compatibility of World Rugby's Concussion Management Procedures with Contemporary Female Athlete Return to Play Literature, a literature review. So please give a big hand to Robin Fisher for her Masters of Health Science. I now have the honour to present the recipients of the Master's qualifications in Te Kura Kaupapa Tāpuhi, the School of Nursing. Master of Nursing Science, Jodie Alice Boston. Jodie's research abstract is titled Factors Influencing Nursing Care in Hemodialysis Units, an integrative review. So Master of Nursing, Jodie Alice Boston. Jesli Nasabi Devasayam. Jesli's research abstract is titled Barriers and Enablers for Cardiac Rehabilitation After ACS, an integrative literature review. So Master of Nursing, Jesli Nasabi Devasayam. Congratulations. Nina Christie Cattrall Lomas. Nina's research abstract is titled Effectiveness of Simulation-Based Education on Resuscitation Skills and Knowledge Retention and Integrative Review. Master of Nursing, Nina Christie Cattrall Lomas. Visaka Korea Godwin. Visaka's research abstract is titled Nurses' Knowledge and Attitudes Regarding Post-Operative Pain Management and Integrative Literature Review. Master of Nursing, Visaka Korea Godwin. Michelle Marie Riley. Michelle's abstract is titled Supporting Nurses Who Are Caring for Women Who Experience Fetal Demise, Stillbirth, an Integrative Literature Review. Master of Nursing, Michelle Marie Riley. And here's one of our own, homegrown, Katie Ann Ronganui. Katie's research abstract is titled Clinical Placement and Choice of Employment for New Graduate Nurses, an Integrative Literature Review. Quite appropriate, I would think. Master of Nursing with Merit, Katie Ann Ronganui. Barry Somerset. Barry's research abstract is titled How Do Interruptions During Nursing Handover Impact on Patient Safety? Master of Nursing, Barry Somerset. Marguerite Jane Watt. Marguerite's research abstract is titled, What are the factors in succession planning that support registered nurses? An Integrative Review. Master of Nursing, Marguerite Jane Watt. Camille Pangilinan Zarati. Camille's research abstract is titled Impacts of COVID-19 Pandemic on Critical Care Nurses, an Integrative Review. Master of Nursing with Merit, Camille Pangilinan Zarate. Thank you, Mr. Amundsen. This concludes the presentation of the Masters Qualifications in Te Kura Kaupapa Tāpuhi, the School of Nursing. It is now my pleasure to introduce the Valedictorian. Valedictory is the anglicised derivation of the Latin word meaning to say farewell, and it's given as the last presentation of a graduation ceremony by a graduate who represents the whole of the graduating student body. Today's very worthy valedictorian is Osangi Formai. So if I could just welcome Osangi to the stage as I tell you about him. So Osangi has just, you've seen him walk across this stage. He's just graduated with a Bachelor of Sport and Exercise Science from EIT Te Pukenga. Although he's apparently born in Auckland, we won't hold that against him. Luckily, he grew up here in Hawke's Bay and attended the Hastings Boys High, where I'm told he excelled as a very promising rugby player, eventually travelling the world to play before he saw sense and he returned back to start his studies here at EIT Te Pukenga. Osangi is one of, I think, quite a few brothers, and some of those have actually walked across this stage previously. I seem to remember reading out their names, and they may well be here today. So not only are you an impressive sports person, you're also a scholar, and now I gather you're also working to give back to your community as a director of WOW, a well-being whānau business that operates locally. Very worthy valedictorian, please welcome to the stage Osangi Formai.
Mr. Munson, I always wanted to do that. Anyway, mo mōna si ilivi inga me whawhatai lea tua, o au lea mai nei aso. O lo ingoa au sangi fo mai, ia o lo ta mā o le mangiangi, o lo tina o le manono. Le la tamu whai atu sina langu pupu, au ala tātou whamui mui nei aso. So for love everyone, my name is Ausange Formai. So before I start off, you guys might be looking through and trying to pronounce my name. I'll break it down for you. Okay, so if you see, it's Ausange, but everyone calls me the last 4 letters, which is pronounced not sage for my European brothers and sisters. It's pronounced sange as well. The cool thing is that if you translate sage into French, it actually means wise. So I spent a bit of time over in France. They called me wise for a couple of months there, which was pretty cool. The bad thing about my name is that if you put an S in the front, it actually says sausage, okay? But I try not to tell people, and so I'm only telling you guys because hopefully I don't see you again. No, I'm just kidding. Anyway, first and foremost, I'd like to give thanks to my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, because without God, without the Lord, I'm nothing. I'd like to thank EIT, especially the sport and exercise science crew. You mean a lot to me, and thank you for the journey. I can't see any of you right now, but I'll probably spot you. There you are, Pat. And then also our family and friends who are here to support all of us, my family and friends, my wife, my children, brothers and sisters who are here as well. It's an honor to be up here. I spend most of my time trying to figure out what valedictorian is and even trying to pronounce that. So it gives me great honor to be the valedictorian this afternoon. Just wave out to my children. And to deliver the closing speech. When I was selected, I was a little bit surprised, but I was more excited to share the opportunity to share some highs and some lows of being a student, but then also hopefully I could inspire someone. So there were many challenges, and who would have thought that in 2020, a couple of weeks into studying, after not studying or being in education for about 10 years and then getting hit with COVID-19. And you could all relate, COVID-19 brought a lot of challenges. There were the online classes, online exams, especially if we weren't tech savvy like myself. I was trying to navigate an exam online, trying to minimize, trying to expand, but we still made it through. There were late nights, and so I thank our families for staying up late at night when you procrastinated all week and then saved it to the last minute on Sunday night when you have it due in the morning. Thank you to my family, my wife especially, for staying up late. And then that submitting feeling, you still have a couple of segments to go in your assignment. You got it due soon, and you have to quickly try and figure something out. There were many more that are not on this list. On top of these challenges as a student, some of you would have had other responsibilities or other hats. Some of you might be parents, having to take off the student hat and then being present with your children. Some of you might be husbands and wives, even children that will have to go, or young adults that will have to go home and have responsibilities at home. You might be athletes and have sport commitments. You might be friends and have to sacrifice a social life just so you can submit that assignment. You might even have church responsibilities, being planted into a local church and having to commit your time on a Sunday when you could be spending it submitting an assignment. With all this going on, you are able to wake up every day and keep moving forward. Well, most days, Molly, most days you would get up and moving forward. So the question I wanted you to reflect on today is what motivated you to keep moving forward? because there were many times when I felt like quitting. But when I reflected back to what motivated me, it came down to one thing. Knowing that in the future, someone will be the beneficiary of my decisions today. My decision to keep moving forward. My children, the next generation, my family, even my friends who have seen me fail miserably in life. Those who feel as if there's no hope for them. See, our commitment to stay the course has a direct impact on the legacy of our family and friends. As I envisioned this day and moment when I could stand proud today with a sense of accomplishment in front of my family and friends, I want to put on display the power of God in my life and testify that anything is possible. From once being on the fringes of homelessness, being addicted to drugs and alcohol, to now living out my purpose and building a new generation of leaders in the Pacific community. You see, we all have a purpose. We are a body of people. And like a body where the shoulders, don't have the same function as the heart, or the arms don't have a different, or the same function as the legs. All are different but needed to help the body function well. So we as people, all designed for different purposes but need each other to function well. What would happen if each person in this room discovered their purpose? Maybe some entrepreneurs, some more lecturers, some community leaders, maybe even the future Prime Minister. Our community would definitely thrive. And if you haven't seen your dream job yet, then create it. Be innovative, because a dream will remain a dream if there's no action. Despite the challenges, there were many rewards. And for some, it might be the new friendships, the connections to small organizations or big, the new knowledge and skill that you can take into every area of your life, or the new job opportunities, the new business opportunities. For me, all the pain during the lows does not compare to the joy that I have during these rewards. To me, this is more than an achievement. It marks the beginning of a legacy. So I'd like to thank the tutors, even though through COVID, you still pushed us to succeed. Pat, Sue, LT, who's not here, Edmund, Chris, who's no longer with the team. And there were more. Nikki, I saw you earlier on. Although we struggled, I couldn't help but wonder what added pressure was on you as well. So thank you. Our classmates, my classmates, small group, thank you for staying together through the tough times. I wouldn't have done it without the laughs and without you guys carrying me through some of those group projects. And then I'd like to thank my family for being patient with me, believing in us. My wife especially, my children, you've seen me in my lowest and my darkest places, and now you can celebrate with me in one of the highlights of my life. So my life is a testament of this scripture. God makes all things work together for the good of those who love him, for those who are called according to his purpose, in Romans 8:28. After being kept today, I leave you with these questions. Who will be the beneficiary of your decisions today? And what will be your legacy? Now, I wouldn't be someone if I didn't end in a roar. So, everyone, when I say mili mili, all right, I want you to rub your hands together, okay? It goes for our whānau as well, our family who's around. You're going to join in the culture. You are Samoan for today, all right? Okay, when I say lua pati woof, okay, there's going to be clap and stomp at the same time. And then you're going to go, oh, all right? Okay, because I call us the COVID wolf pack, because wolf packs band together through the tough times, all right? So a little bit of a practice. I'll say mili mili, and then I'll say lua pati wolf, and then you'll go, oh, okay, ready? Mili mai, lua pati wolf. Oh! Thank you, Mr. Aman.
Mahalo lawa Osangi, whawhitai te le. Your name may not be sage, but your words are. And I just want to seize upon that word motivation and the decisions you make and now for other people. Everybody that's on stage here is here because we all believe in the transformative power of education for people's lives. And for everybody that's in the room that's a first in family to achieve tertiary qualification, you have almost certainly changed the arc of the whakapapa of your family now into the future, the ngawha of your family, your descendants. So massive congratulations and thank you very much on our behalf, Asangi. Kia ora ana tātou katoa, au te whaataulo whātu i te autau a wheseo mai le nei aso, le nei awhi, whawhitai te le, mō le nei awanua, Pulevinaka, Maori le rei, Ni hao ma, hangao xing rinchani, namaste, and greetings. He re taunga hauku nui, he re taunga ararau, he re taunga haro o te kahu, he re taunga takotonoa. It's fitting to recall the words of the first peoples of these lands, of Takitimu Waka and Kurahopu Waka, the words that were used to describe these lands. And Keith was here this morning when I pushed the boundary definition of the words here taonga to the whole bay, but I'm a Ngāti Kahungunu person, and I'm fairly certain when the ancestors used those words, those Māori words, to describe here taonga, they had something bigger than the territorial local authority map. So in English, Hawke's Bay of the sustaining morning dew, known for its abundance and success. Hawke's Bay of Arcadian tranquil pathways, home to many peoples. Hawke's Bay, whose beauty can only truly be understood and admired from above. Hawke's Bay, bequeathed to our servant kaitiakitanga. Tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou katoa. It's a huge honour, particularly as a Ngāti Kahungunu person, albeit from the Lone Star state of Wairarapa of Ngāti Kahungunu, to bring this graduation ceremony to a close today on behalf of Te Pukenga. Te Pukenga Aotearoa, Te Pukenga New Zealand-wide, Te Pukenga ki te Rāwhiti in the east, Te Ahua Māui, the Eastern Institute of Technology. I want to recognise and acknowledge all of our honoured guests, esteemed guest Keith and others here, local community leaders, our academic staff. I'm really pleased, truly pleased to acknowledge and commend both our academic kaimahi, our academic staff and our support staff, our support teams, and particularly those who organised today's ceremony. But most importantly, I want to join with others and acknowledge our students, our akonga, your families, those who are here and those who are not. Behind you, beside you, in your hearts are loved ones, friends and mentors who've helped prepare you and sustain you for the long journey that you've taken so that you could walk up onto this about 15 metres of red carpet today. You've succeeded in incredibly challenging times, and I felt a little bit emotional hearing Tukotahi and Talitha the second time I've heard them today. You are the heroes today, and we are all incredibly proud of you. You've stared down the adversity and chaos of a catastrophic global illness. You've triumphed over a cruel cataclysm of nature, whose physical waters have now all but receded, though you could still see them driving into town I drove in from Hamilton last night. Though they may be receding, their lingering and profound economic, social and mental health impacts will sadly leave rivulet scarring for many, many, many years to come in our community. I'm in absolute awe of each and every one of you. I really don't feel like I've got the words to express the admiration I have for you and your loved ones and our kaimahi who've supported you over these last few years. Your achievements are truly incredible. We've just hosted a fantastic Football World Cup. It's not completed yet. I'd like to borrow from that a little bit. You've braved the penalty shootout, e wama, and you've dispatched the ball to the back of the net. You are champions. Graduates, this is what all of us, particularly those of us that have the privilege of being here from outside of Hawke's Bay, this is what all of us feel in our hearts, and I feel very, very privileged to be one who gets to vocalise it on our collective behalf. I also want to recognise the individual struggles, as Osange touched on and Huia touched on, that folks face to get to graduation day, and to recognise that that's different for all of us. I graduated many, many moons ago. I was the first in, like Huia, I was the first in my whānau, the first in my extended whānau to get any tertiary kind of qualification. When I told my cousins that I wanted to go to study, I might as well have told them I wanted to go to the moon. There were a few pink hoodies that came onto the stage here this afternoon. I think everybody thinks that us pink hoodies are just doing a Bachelor of Courtney Place or a Bachelor of West Quay in Hawke's Bay. It's the arts graduates for everybody else in the room. So I want to particularly recognise the first in whānau graduates that are here today. Whatever your whakapapa is, wherever your family comes from. I want to recognise in particular the graduates who are caring for children and for others, the graduates who have to travel long distances, you know, sometimes struggling to get a warrant for the car. This morning I acknowledged people that might have driven without the warrant for the car, and then I remembered that Keith used to be a policeman and I'll get in trouble saying that. The graduates who've confronted economic, social, physical and mental barriers of many, many kinds to be able to walk up here today. I'm not so sure myself, I'm not sure at all, that I would have managed were I in your shoes in this time period today. We are so very, very proud of each and every one of you. 3 years ago, Te Pukenga, the New Zealand Institute of Skills and Technology, was established, and in doing so it united every polytechnic, including EIT, and most of the industry training organisations of the country into a single vocational educational entity. We know we are stronger together, and together we can better support our students, our akonga, our communities, and the industries that need them the most. And that challenge could be no more prominent than it is right here, right now in the Hawke's Bay. Te Pukenga is New Zealand's largest tertiary education provider, and you are now a graduate of one of the largest tertiary institutions on earth. The one thing we can guarantee about the future of work in the labour market is that it will just continue to change. There were some amazing thesis topics, by the way, leaning into some of the areas where we're trying to anticipate the change. And the change is happening at a faster pace than ever before, probably since the Industrial Revolution. Sadly, we can now also be certain that adverse climatic weather events are something we must confront with every insight we can muster. And that's not just the science of it, that's how we make decisions about it. And suffice to say that inequality and poverty will continue to be fertile grounds to sow the seeds of societal division. So we have to work together. So for these reasons, Te Pukenga, we will do everything in our power to ensure that we're providing our students, our akonga, with the best world-leading educational opportunities we can deliver to prepare them for the challenges that lay ahead of our communities, our iwi, and our country. So to all the mums and dads, koros, nanas, aunties, uncles, partners, I can guarantee to you now that our graduates today have made a good decision to be here and put in these hard yards. There's robust evidence that folks with any kind of tertiary qualification tend to earn about $1.3 million more in wages over the course of their life than folks with no qual whatsoever. Graduates, you won't see that in your bank account this afternoon. And somebody said, oh bugger. But you've pretty much paid for your own home. They're about $1 million these days, aren't they? And maybe a little bit extra to spare. So please enjoy the bubbles tonight, enjoy the extra bit of fish and the Friday night fish and chips this evening. But one little rejoinder, go easy on yourself, and whānau go easy on them too. Not everybody lands the dream job within a week, a month or year of graduation. And in New Zealand, we're a small village. Everybody just does everything. Something like 60% of law graduates, maybe 80, don't actually work as lawyers. So the thing that you graduated in today may not be the thing that you do for your life. But I can testify on behalf of my colleagues here that the qualification that you have will stand you in good stead, whatever it is. The qualification that you have will enable you to be able to analyse and work your way through things. So graduates, I want to leave you with 4 bits of sage advice that were given to me at about this time in my life. First bit of advice, be the best expert you can be intellectually curious about the field or the industry that you're working in, ask questions. Work out how it works. Work out how they milk the cows around here. Number 2, fix problems. Don't walk past them. Everybody likes workers that fix problems. And over-deliver. Your bosses will thank you for it. But the most important thing of all of those things, the fourth one, the most important one, and it relates to the other 3, do all of those things by managing good relationships. This is my guidance as many of you now go to work or return to work. Please be assured that learning is a lifelong journey. E wama, your learning journey hasn't ended today, it's really just begun. Whaia te otinga atu o koutou pumanawa. Tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou, tēnā tātou katoa.
I'll just do our closing prayer, right? Nō reira mātumaria te atua kore nei tae te whakaaro I tiaki o tātou nā kau o tātou hinar. Nō reira kia mau kia u kia tātou te mana kia te atua kaharawa. A te matua, te tama, te wairua tapu, ai nei a ke tonu atu. Amen.
Ladies and gentlemen, could you please stand for the singing of the national anthem? At the conclusion of the anthem, please remain standing while the official party, staff and graduates leave the theatre. We would like to thank you for your support and attendance of the graduation ceremony today. Taku wahine pūrotu, taku tāne pūrotu, kōrua ko te tau e.